Sadiq Khan once proudly declared, "London is the best city in the world and Donald Trump is racist, misogynistic, and Islamophobic." But when we actually take a look at London today, does that bold claim really stand up to reality? We'll dive into this story in today's video, but before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Right now, only 12% of our viewers are subscribed, so join the community and help us grow. Because here's the truth, London is not the gleaming global capital its mayor loves to boast about. It's dirty, it's chaotic, and it's becoming more unrecognizable by the day. Walk down the high street and you'll see people throwing rubbish on the ground without a care. Public spaces that used to be maintained and respected are now neglected and left to rot. But this isn't just about litter or a lack of pride in our city. The video we're looking at here shows just a small glimpse of a much bigger problem. What it doesn't show is the theft, the violent crime, and the daily stabbings that plague London. Knife crime has skyrocketed. Ordinary families live in fear, parents worry about their kids walking home, and residents are left feeling unsafe in their own neighborhoods. This is the London that Sadiq Khan refuses to acknowledge. While he lectures the public and attacks others with labels like racist or Islamophobic, he fails to get a grip on the real issues tearing the capital apart. Londoners aren't interested in slogans or political point scoring. They want clean streets, safe communities, and a mayor who actually takes responsibility for the decline happening under his watch. So let's be honest, London is not the best city in the world anymore. It's becoming a warning sign of what happens when leadership is more focused on virtue signaling than on tackling crime, enforcing law and order, and taking pride in the basics of running a city. Have a look at the utter state of London in this video. And here's the real kicker. Sadiq Khan has the audacity to label Donald Trump as racist, misogynistic, and Islamophobic. But when you look at London today, when you see clips like this, isn't it obvious that Trump was simply telling the truth? He called out the problems that so many politicians refuse to acknowledge, and instead of addressing them, Khan hides behind buzzwords and insults. It's ridiculous. The mayor of London spends more time attacking the American president than he does fixing the crime, the filth, and the chaos happening right here under his nose. This video is living proof of what Trump was warning about. And yet, Londoners are expected to accept the decline and stay silent. Well, people have had enough. In other news, the number of new claimants for mental health disability benefits has reached 250 people a day, with payouts soaring for anxiety and depression. More than 600,000 people are now getting personal independence payments, PIP, with 60,000 young people claiming for anxiety and depression. The rapid rise in these claims, which has continued to soar since Labour took power in 2024, was the fastest among younger people. Despite insisting that getting young people into work was an early priority, Pat McFadden, the Work and Pension Secretary, has ruled out any changes to PIP for the next year. He said, "The last thing we want to see is people graduating from school onto benefits." The Labour minister added that the millions of young people not in education, work, or training are one of the things I'm most concerned about. On Wednesday, Mr. McFadden outlined a deal to offer job fairs and health advice at Premier League football grounds and is reportedly considering plans to ban people under 22 from claiming universal credit or incapacity benefit. He said that people have almost had a financial incentive to say that they were unfit for work. The government has faced pressure to reform the benefit system after Keir Starmer's previous attempt to cut disability benefits was abandoned due to a stirring backbench revolt. The Prime Minister, who had been pushing for a £5 billion cut to welfare spending by slashing personal independence payments and universal credit, made an enormous climb down due to internal party pressure, which he had previously described as noises off. Nigel Farage, the Reform UK leader, has vowed to change the frankly farcical sickness benefit system that he said had created a terrible poverty trap. Kemi Badenoch, leader of the Conservative Party, has also been supportive of significant cuts. She said, "Our welfare system is being exploited by a whole bunch of people, both British and non-British, who should not be claiming benefits." They argued that mental health claims should be cut and the £7 billion should be invested into the NHS. While a Labour Party spokesperson said, "The Conservatives had 14 years to reform welfare. Instead, they left the country with a broken system that holds people back and fails to support the most vulnerable. PIP pays people between £1,500 and £9,750 annually to compensate for the extra costs of disability, and is available whether or not someone is in work. The number of claimants is expected to increase from 3.8 million people currently to over 6 million by the end of the Parliament. The cost has also skyrocketed, doubling in the last 7 years to £28 billion, with mental health conditions now the most common reason to claim. The Centre for Social Justice, CSJ, think tank found 90,183 new claims for anxiety, depression and mood disorders were awarded in the 12 months after Labour took office, a rate of 247 a day. Overall numbers for anxiety and depression are up 7%, from 44,000 to 633,480. Over 17,287 of those are under 25 starting on PIP for these conditions, a rate of 47 a day. Among under 20s, claims have increased by 12% to nearly 60,000. Ben Gregg, senior researcher at the CSJ, said, "Abandoning young people to sickness benefits only increases the isolation, feeding their struggles. It is neither kind nor helpful. The government can and should redirect funding to tackling the root causes of mental ill health." A government spokesman said, "We are reforming the broken welfare system by shifting our focus away from welfare and onto work, skills and opportunities, especially for younger people." What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.